Ayla places explosives to blow up a building, and a man tries to dissuade her. Just then the police cars roll in. Ayla and that man flee the scene. A couple of cops chase them, and they get separated. Ayla ends up in an empty warehouse and is cornered by the cops, but she manages to throw them off by using her psionic powers. 15 years later, Ayla has a teenage daughter named Aurora. Aurora sneaks out and goes to the park to meet her only friend, Isaiah, but she has an episode and she accidentally kills Isaiah, and then causes some kind of an explosion and disappears. Aurora wakes up and finds herself locked in a strange new room. She tries to reach out to her mom telepathically. Just then, a guy named Derek unlocks the door. He brings a new set of clothes for Aurora and informs her that she's safe. He brought her here after hearing her cries for help. He tells her that even he possesses psionic powers and explains to her that she's had an episode of surge. That's how he was able to find her. Next morning, Derek meets Aurora again and tries to find out more about her by taking her out for a walk. He then accesses one of her memories, trying to find out about her, only to uncover that Aurora is actually Ayla's daughter. Derek then shows Aurora a file and informs her that Ayla is a murderer who has killed 2 cops and a friend. He asks Aurora to help him find her mother, but Aurora refuses and says that she wants to leave the facility, but Derek says he won't allow that. Aurora realizes that she's now Derek's prisoner and tries to escape. She sees other prisoners in the facility who seem to be paralyzed somehow, but are still able to reach out to her telepathically, pleading her to get them out of there. But then she's caught. Ayla reaches the rendezvous point expecting Aurora to be there, but she isn't. Derek, and using his psionic powers, imprisons Aurora in her own memories as a form of torture. Aurora must disclose the location of the rendezvous point, and she does. Derek then uses his psionic teleportation powers. Derek teleports himself to the rendezvous point and meets Ayla. But what Derek doesn't realize is that Ayla is actually projecting herself at this rendezvous point, and the real her is at the facility, trying to rescue Aurora.
Oh, now look at me. Is this real? Yes, this is real.
Finally, Derek realizes that he's being tricked, and he teleports back to the facility and locks it down to prevent Ayla from rescuing Aurora.
You never believed in absolutes.
But Aurora finally finds her true powers and is able to teleport Ayla and herself out of the facility, surprising her mom. They then jack a car and drive away. Aurora questions her mom about the 3 murders, and Ayla lets Aurora into her mind that day 15 years ago. She wanted to blow up the facility because Derek was not only imprisoning unethical psionics, but even the innocent ones. Then Aurora sees that it was actually Derek. He murders those people and framed Ayla for the murders. Aurora finally decides that she doesn't want to live the rest of her life looking over her shoulder. So she decides to confront Derek. She uses her power so that Derek can trace them, and then she teleports Derek right in front of a speeding truck, which crushes him, and then she telepathically frees all the prisoners at the facility.